Hi, everybody. This is exciting for us to be working with Bayleaf to do a tasting of aperitivo coming into winter. It's perfect kind of category. We can start to use at home or ask for in bars as they start to reopen and things come back to hopefully a more fun time for hospitality. But my name is Leith Shenstone. I own an importing company focused on these aperitifs. And with me, I have Giancarlo Mancino, who is the producer of these aperitifs, among many other projects in hospitality, bars, restaurants, hotels, everything, basically quality. If it's in a bar, he touches and he works with. Today we're going to taste through his original baby, his first production baby, I think from 2011 is when he started. I met him shortly thereafter, and we decided to partner here in the US. So we'll be tasting through Mancino Vermouth, the range. There's 5 different SKUs. These are all wine products, so we will taste them like wine. You'll probably want to grab a wine glass. I have 2, one for the lighter ones, one for the darker ones. And we'll go through all of the SKUs for the tasting, and then we'll share some really fun ideas about how to use these at home in cocktails. Without any more delay of having to listen to me about the boring logistics of tasting, I'll turn it over to Giancarlo, who's going to lead us through this really fun event today.
Great, fantastic. Nice meeting you, everybody. Thank you for this virtual fun taste about the real Italian aperitivo, which is vermouth. Introducing myself very quickly, Mancino is my last name, family name, but I taking care the brand by myself, been bartending for nearly 25 years now. Basically, the idea was to bring back a little bit the category after the commercial products, basically. So being a bartender, I went deep into the details to find out how the actual vermouth is being made, and then I figured out that the wine was super important. So I think we thanks for the wine shop that we are now collaborating. So we're going to focus a little bit more into the wine details. So first of all, I want to just make sure that everybody understands what is exactly vermouth. So vermouth, basically, yes, is an Italian aperitif, but it's been expanded all over the world. So you find the vermouth in America, you find the vermouth in Australia. Basically, you find the vermouth where every regions of every country producing a very good wines, basically, when there is very good grapes. And that's why you can make very good vermouth. So Mancino comes from Piemonte, which is the area of Asti, where the actual vermouth is being made long time ago, back in the 1900s. So basically, Mancino used the classic method of making vermouth. So what is a vermouth? So whatever you see in the bottle of Mancino, 75% it's a quality Italian wine. So the first 3 we're going to taste now, which is the dry, we call it secco. And then we have the Bianco Ambrato de Rosso. We're using a Trebbiano IGT, which is come from Emilia Romagna. So dry, crispy, beautiful, Italian white wine. We call it vino da tavola, which are like wine that easy to drink, easy to find it as well, all over the year in the same quality, in the same quantities. And that's why we choose that to have the perfect base for Mancino, okay? Which has about 12 grams of sugar. And we're talking about around 12 to 14 ABV. The wine, right? So Trebbiano IGT from Imola, Emilia Romagna. Then the others, where we have the Chinato Sakura. Sakura is a melange of Italian wines, which we're going to go in details. And Chinato, basically, we're using a red wine, which is a Barbera d'Asti DOCG. Okay, so basically, exactly, just quickly, and then we move to the tasting. So what is vermouth? 75% of the bottle is Italian wine. In this case, is Trebbiano. And the other 25% it's alcohol, which is sugar beet, botanical, and of course sugar. So basically, remember, it's 4 elements of vermouth: wine 75%, alcohol, sugar, and botanicals. Okay, what are the botanicals? Botanicals is divided in 4 categories: flowers, roots, herbs, and fruits, dry fruits, basically. Okay, and then Mancino across the range, we're using 40 botanicals. Basically, 73% of the botanicals comes from South Asia. The other 27% comes from Europe. and mainly from Italy with the dry citruses, and particularly the wormwood, which is the Artemisia. Okay, so to be a perfect vermouth, watch out the back label. This is a specific point. So vermouth has to be between 15 ABV to maximum 22 ABV. Everything below, everything higher goes into different category. One can be below, can be an aromatized wine, and above can transform into liqueur. Okay, so basically this is it's a point that we finalize what is the real vermouth as well. Okay, so I think we can go straight to the Secco lid. So Secco, we call it Secco. So Secco has basically 18.7 grams of sugar in a bottle. So basically, if it's the wine, the Trebbiano, it's about 12 grams of sugar. To be a vermouth, as I said to you before, the formula, you need to add the sugar. So we add average between 5 to 7 grams of sugar, depends the wine we are receiving. Actually, next week I will be traveling the first time after the COVID, 6-7 months, to receive my wine to bottling for next year. So basically, once we receive the wine, we put in the laboratory, we check the wine if it looks like last year, and based on the formula last year, we are adjusting a little bit the sugar level of the botanical extract. Okay, so basically, very simple. First of all, once you open a very quality vermouth, guys, never put a metal pour if you want to leave outside, but always put it back in the fridge as well. It treats the vermouth as a regular good white wine. Also, if you have a little pump to get the oxygen out, that can be a good choice to keep the vermouth a little bit longer as well. But I can guarantee as well, you, with the quality of the wine and the botanicals and the alcohol, that the pickled, and we call it fortified wine, the vermouth you can keep in the fridge also for 2-3 months. Actually, this one, guys, this has been nearly 2 months in my fridge. Look at that, it's impact. Nothing happened, no oxidation, nothing. Yeah. So what does a Secco? Again, 18.7 grams of sugar, 75 Trebbiano, and then it's everything green. So basically, so everything greens. So we're talking about 19 botanicals. We have 3 kinds of wormwood Artemisia. The Artemisia does the bitterness test. Okay, and also the Artemisia has a tuione, which is basically the main herb, which is called wormwood Artemisia, which is contained in oil, it's contained also in the absinthe. Yeah. So in terms of tasting notes, we're having here, what are we having? You know, we've been doing that for a long time. So basically, a lot of greens,
sage,
oregano,
chamomile,
oregano, everything greens, and nothing heavy. I haven't done it nothing heavy because I don't want to destroy the gin martini.
Lemongrass. I get a nice amount of lemongrass.
Everything greens, everything nearly crispy, light. And then also, can you imagine this is super, super, super cold with oysters? Actually, in South Asia, you know what we do? We do slashes. We put Mantino Secco in the slashes, and we serve like a little slash next to the oysters. Amazing. So, or we show you a little easy spritz as well, how we can do it. We call it Cardinale. Classic vermouth for the classic cocktails. Perfect for gin martini, Gibson. You can use in the Bronx cocktail. You can use in a Cardinale, which is an old. Actually, the Cardinale is older than Negroni. Can you imagine? So basically, it's kind of a dry Negroni. You know, that kind of thing. With the sweet vermouth. So I love
On the Rocks with the peel. If you remember, Giancarlo, one of the first times you came to the US, we took you up to the mountains and the Cascades.
I know.
And we went around on the little motorboat, cruising the lake with a bottle of cold Secco and some snacks, and that was it.
So basically, yeah, it's gonna take time for the 4 people sitting in a fish restaurant to order a bottle of vermouth as aperitivo. But we want to reach that. We actually, the goal is that, because also sherry, right? So actually, my Secco reminds me a little bit like a Fino sherry, Tio Pepe, but no aged, no wood and everything. So super dry, a lot of aromatics, 18 ABV. So remember, 18 ABV that we can call vermouth, and then 18.7 grams of sugar. Keep in mind as well, a regular average of white wine goes between 12 to 16 grams of sugar. So there is very, very, very little sugar there as well. Okay. So Make sure when you make a martini, if you want to do a very cool martini, you can do also 50-50 because it's too dry. So you do 50-50 martini with the mancino secco, and you choose your gin or vodka with a twist or some very cool onions or olives, right? So.
And that's the thing, before we move to the Bianco, this dry vermouth, I think it's one of the few dry vermouths because of the quality of the wine, which is rare in vermouth. Many producers don't even make a dry. They don't make secco because their wine's not dry enough.
Correct.
This dry vermouth really, really elevates a drink. So if you think you like martinis without vermouth, I think maybe that's true if the vermouth wasn't good. Try it again. Try it with this secco. This will definitely bring a layer of flavor and joy to that drink that it otherwise wouldn't have. So give it a shot in your drinks, but certainly as you hopefully see tasting it on its own. I'm tasting at room temperature because I like to taste things like that. It's fabulous. I could drink a whole glass. It is 10 in the morning, so I won't. I'll wait till 11 maybe. But, you know, I think it's a wonderful, I've never tasted a better dry vermouth, and we have other ones in our portfolio, but this for me this is it. This is the one to use if you're going to have a drink.
Perfect. We move it to Bianco Ambrato. Ambrato because look at the color, it's a little bit yellowish amber. Amber because we use a lot of quinine. So basically here we go up with the sugar level. Here we're talking about 150 grams of sugar in a bottle. Okay, 150 grams of sugar in the bottle. Again, a Trebbiano base, but we go also up with the botanicals, which is a 38 botanicals. So from 19 botanicals to 38 botanicals. What does that mean? That the sugar level is being balanced by the botanicals. There's so many botanicals here that basically cut you off the sugar level. All right. Just to give you an idea, some bitter liqueurs like Campari, like our Rinomato, like a bitters to make the Americano, to make Negroni. Sometimes they have more sugar level than vermouth. They go up to 180, 230 grams of sugar. But there are some ingredients, some botanicals like a gentian or wormwood that cut the layout of the sugar level in the liquid. So basically, this is. Again, it's got a little bit the Asian style kind of things. There's a lot of lemongrass and chamomile and orange and bergamot and grapefruit. So basically, it's very, very flowering, kind of elderflower, kind of Moscato, you know, that kind of level. But it's not Moscato, still with Trebbiano. But because of the combination of all the botanicals, it gives you a little bit that sweetness and everything. So basically, perfect for. Again, just an eyeball with a tonic water. Choose a flavor seltzers as well. It can be fantastic. Great with a twist on white Negroni. Can do a white Manhattan because of the gentian and the quinine is super bitter at the end. And then basically also you know, if you want to shake it with a pisco, you want to shake it with another spirits, and you know, put some citruses like a sours kind of thing. Just go for it. One of my favorite is one actually to make a pisco sour with this. Can you imagine? Pisco, that sour mix, boom, in a coupe, no problem.
Explosive.
So explosive at the beginning,
You know?
and then it goes a metal finish at the end because the quinine, what you have in the tonic water. And then it get balanced down your sugar level until we have this medicinal bitterness at the end. And this is, guys, ladies and gentlemen, basically, it's if vermouth was disappearing when we met Lit, Bianco it was totally gone. You know, actually, I worked a lot on the Bianco before moving to my roster because I knew already, right? So for me to put the Bianco back in civilization, it was a big challenge, and I made it. So basically, we sell the same volume on the Bianco as a Rosso. Brilliant.
Really, really stunning. I think with this, I just rocks. It's perfect for fall too. The time right now, if I turn the computer around, you'd see we're on the ocean here where I am right now. And fall, you know, we have this weird thing. We have warm days, cool nights. It's cold until the sun hits you. The sun's still hot. This bottle, this liquid for me is fall. It's warming, but it's fresh.
Correct.
You can have it on a cool night. It can make drinks that are going to warm you up in the rain and it's pelting into windows. You want to cuddle up, but you can also have it on a hot day with rocks and soda water. It is Bianco Vermouth, especially this one. This is the one for fall, no question.
So
Savor the summer, but get ready for the winter.
So-
Don't pretend it's not coming.
correct. So you're good to say Bianco, Rita. I'm glad you guys learn a lot, because there is also a mistake that in America everybody says sweet vermouth, sweet vermouth, sweet vermouth, sweet vermouth. Yes, Bianco Rosso there's sweet vermouth, but it's better to decide to segregate the category, which is a Bianco Rosso, because both of them they're sweet. But then if I see a menu saying that a Manhattan with sweet vermouth, of course anybody knows a Manhattan which is red, with the red vermouth. So I can make you a Manhattan with my Bianco vermouth, and then you go crazy. So if you try to make a Manhattan or a Negroni or a classic cocktail that goes to the sweet vermouth, what you're calling sweet vermouth, which is red, and you're using the Bianco, it's unbelievable, right? So go cold vermouth, dry Bianco Rosso in this case. Okay, let's move to the Rosso. Rosso Amaranto. We call Amaranto because it's got the same profile of the Amaro in Italy. So it's got the same botanicals that we're using in the Amaro. So here we're talking about 16 ABV like the Bianco. So both of them are the 16 ABV. The Rosso, we go down the sugar level, which is 135 grams of sugar. Okay. So then again, this actually my wife said that it's a Christmas in the bottle. So basically, again, a little bit of sugar level, lower sugar level, so under 35. And what we put here, we put everything to do, come out as a Christmas. It was not intentional, but definitely orange, dark botanicals, cinnamon. Again, a lot of wormwood. We have the only vermouth with the juniper berries, so it's perfect for the Negroni. A lot of rhubarb. There is a champagne rhubarb from Hampshire in the middle of England. And then basically this is the combination with a little bit of vanilla. That's it. Again, why is red? Why is red? So red, because again, the traditional method, we add the caramel. We add tincture of caramel. And this is why it's red. But then again, it's the base of the red vermouth. In general, 98%. Is with white wine. There's a few red vermouth which now they're using red wine, but it doesn't make sense. But because I carry on to taking care of the traditional method of Italy, so I don't want to get out from the traditional method, basically.
And do they use Bianco still because of the acidity? Why does it not work with red traditionally? Why didn't they use red?
No. There is a lot of more acidity in some red as well. It's just the traditional method, because the Bianco back in the time, there was more Bianco available than the Rosso, than the red grapes. So the red grapes, they were more premiums kind of things. And
I guess especially in Piemonte, right? Where
Piemonte as well, with the Nebbiolo, with the Barbera, with the, all the Brachetto d'Asti, all of that. So the red grapes, they were more premium to be used, to be bottled, to be aged. And then the Bianco, it was more the Bianco to get sparkling, to get the champenoise, to get the first spumante. It was more to elaborate. That's why the traditional method to get that. And to do the Rosso, they're like, no, we use a caramel. So basically, this is the real story. So, but as we're gonna go through now, I've done it the one with Rosso, which is make a lot of sense, which comes out very, very good. But basically, yes. So the Rosso, this is again at under 35 grams of sugar, 16 ABV. So we still call it Vermouth Torino, and then again, easy Negroni, highball, tonic. There are some people they actually drink with the Coca-Cola as well. Just like
vermouth and soda.
Yeah, soda. Just
my wife, we'd call that a home.
Are you called that? Sorry.
Adult cola.
Adult cola. Yes, correct.
Or grown-up cola.
Grown-up cola. Actually, yes, because as a little bit that Chinotto kind of things, all of that. Yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I think we're gonna go. Can we do the Chinato first? Because I think Sakura will use it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Chinato. So basically, is not made in China. So it's it's not made in China. So Chinato. So CHI is key. Chinato means quina. Quina means cinchona bark. So basically, very, very simple. This is about 17.5 ABV, but basically it's the combination of Secco e Bianco Rosso you just had. So Secco e Bianco Rosso got together, and then basically I removed the Bianco Trebbiano, the white wine, and then I added 100% of Barbera DOCG from Rede di Chiappone, which is in Nizza Monferrato. Done. That's it. And then there is a 9% of cinchona bark extra botanical to make a Chinato. So basically, this is it's not a wine with a China, but it's actually vermouth Mancino vermouth Chinato. So basically, it's the three combination of the extracts of the three of them together with the Barbera and Cinchona. So,
and isn't Mr. Chiappone is from a very small region of Barbera, right? Nizza Monferrato, is that right?
Nizza Monferrato, yes. Nizza Monferrato, where now it's a part of, you can see also back at the label and everything, it's a part of the UNESCO. Barbera, it's now the wine that is very, very, very expensive. It's getting very close to Nebbiolo. Actually, it's a part of the Le Langhe, so it's very close to, you know, to hold the Nebbiolo territory, basically. It's like 10 miles away. But the 1 acre of Nebbiolo is €2 million, and 1 acre of Barbera is 100,000. Can you imagine? It's like 10 miles away. Just crazy. You know, just crazy. But I always prefer Barbera. Barbera has a little bit more fruitiness, a little bit more deep, a little bit more tiny. So it's for me, this is won a lot of prizes, but we never mentioned that. So, but basically, this is automatically when you put a quiet or wine into the bottle together with botanicals and everything is crazy. So how we use that? A lot of bartenders, a lot of people knows as Chinato, so they can use an additional to a Negroni or to the classics. But personally thinking, this goes to sommelier, a top and high-end restaurants, or beautiful at home, dark chocolate, a petit four at the end, foie gras, instead the Sauterne, instead the Passito, instead the sweet wine for dessert, all of that. So use the Mancino Chinato as your dessert wine at the end with the panettone, piece of cake. Yeah. Also great piece
or cheese.
Cheese, of
same
course.
idea. If we want to be French, Bayleaf, Giancarlo, the partner we're doing this tasting for, has an incredible cheese selection.
Wow.
Like a Latour, these stinky cheeses. Honestly, since I tasted this when I met you 4 years, I used to 9 years ago. I used to drink a lot of port. I haven't bought a single bottle of vintage port. Correct.
I love port. I love Madeira.
I love it too.
Marsala. Yeah, I know.
But honestly, when I drink this, it's because it's drier, it's a little fresher. So I can get through it more, and I can have more and more cheese. And the port I love, but it gets too much. This for me is a wonderful substitute, and also something, honestly, it's more affordable than vintage port.
Correct. Yeah. So
that matters.
Yeah, I know. So basically, ports. It's for me
stunning though.
Still an amazing. So here we're talking about 90 grams of sugar in a half-liter bottle. Yeah. So there is sugar content is a little bit high as well, but still again you find there 40 botanicals. So you find all the botanicals of Mancino. Okay, and then you find
it doesn't taste sweet though.
No, because again there's another 9 grams of cinchona bark, which is super bitter, which is kind of a medical roots, and then it goes straight to that. So, but that definitely it's a Chinato. Beautiful. Stunning. So again, with a beautiful Comté or old Pecorino, or maybe a Lepoise or melting cheese, or like a croutons, like a dark brown, like a fruity bread, panettone, hot, and then actually going to the winter lead. That's good things as well. Vin brûlé, you put in the mug, hot with the coffee machine, hot water and everything. You can have as a hot toddy, but just vin brûlé or toddy kind of thing for Christmas and everything. Yeah,
I love that.
Yes.
I've never tried. I think I want to try it in a little bit in a hot chocolate. Could be super nice.
No. Dark chocolate is the best. So Chinato dark chocolate, this is it. But then there is a very good recipe which goes back in all the politician Italians, which is half part of Chinato, half part of dark rum, and we have a twist of bitters mandarin, which is called Decisone, which is called big decision. Yeah. There's those kind of speakeasy politicians. Yeah. So now we're going to I call a new world fancy a vermouth, something Italy never saw before. When I started, they said like, no, you crazy. Actually, I remember my partner, they were not very happy on that. Like, what are you doing, man? But big success.
The label's incredible. I mean, everything about this is incredible. The
Yeah,
color of the
so
label.
big success. So me, I'm big fan about Asia culinary. Been living in Hong Kong all my life, in India, been doing a lot of business in Asia. And then while launching Mancino in Japan, my importer, together with a bar manager on Mandarin Oriental, say, Giancarlo, we need you to do a vermouth to represent Japan. It's like, oh, wow. So this is it. Very simple. Mélanger white wine based on Mancino Bianco kind of style. Very flowering, sorry. The main botanicals are Sakura, which is cherry blossom from Kyoto. It is the Italian violet from Tuscany. That's it. We're talking about 18 ABV and we 65 grams of sugar. So simple, very feminine, all natural colors. Can get a little bit oxidized as well. Can turn a little bit brownish very quickly because of the natural colors, the natural extract of the flowers, because they're very delicate. But basically, it's as soon you taste it, can be a very powerful perfume, liqueurs. But then at the end, it's everything to do with aperitif again. Goes back to vermouth.
You know, when you spray, I mean, I don't really wear cologne, but when I was younger, I gave it a shot because I wasn't comfortable with, you know, who I was or whatever. So you're spraying cologne and your wife's spraying cologne. You know, you walk through a room and there's someone sprayed and it goes in your mouth. It's disgusting. It smells incredible and it's disgusting. This is like what I wanted that perfume to taste like when it went in my mouth.
So correct. Yeah.
It smells like perfume.
Yeah.
I'd like to just dab a little bit right here on my wrist. So
keep in mind everything natural. That's why we only do 4,000 bottles a year, because the extract from Kyoto, from the one distillery in Kyoto who does a natural extract of flowers. I pray every year to get extract. That the same extract they send it to Paris to make actual perfumes, but then they add different alcohol to be non-edible, but they use the same extract basically. Yeah.
And I remember this project came about because of a partner in Japan, is that right?
Partner in Japan with the Mandarin Oriental. So Mandarin Oriental Hotel, they bought the first batch of 5,000 bottles, and then they sold it in less than 6 months. Can you believe that? And then I remember there was a huge blogger that came in. That was that blogger had like 1 million follow. And she came in dressed up with a kimono with the same color of the labels. And she posted a picture, and the day after there was like people queuing at the bar buying a bottle. Crazy. I was there checking out, like, what these people are. Check out, they came here to buy your bottle. Unbelievable.
Well, it's a beautiful.
I have here. I can show you. The original. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I can show you the original. Look at this. So this is, if you can see the bottle, here there is a Mandarin Oriental Tokyo. Look at that. This is the original. And look at that lid. At the end of the day, it got a little bit more brownish, but this is as exactly 3 years. Look at that. Unbelievable.
We keep bottles from every vintage as well.
Yeah.
They go brown, but I opened one recently. The flavor's intact. It's just the color of the
brown, because the extract of flower is super delicate. But this is actually the original. Look at that.
Very cool. Wonderful tasting notes. I mean, just explosive. All I want to do is put a 1/4 ounce in every drink I drink, basically, or just maybe one of my favorite things, Giancarlo, because I know we're not going to do this in a cocktail today, but for everyone here, one of my favorite ways to use this is about a 1/2 ounce, topped with, basically any sparkling wine, soda.
Sure.
When you can make a spritz with this or tonic, it doesn't really matter. Anything bubbly with a 1/2 ounce of this, it makes just an incredible, light, delicate, beautiful cocktail.
So basically, one of the cocktail in our booklet on our website, it's the Sakura Royale. Basically, it's a Sakura and Champagne Rosé. Perfect. Actually, now it can be much cheaper for you because Italy just launched a pink Prosecco. So be ready.
I'll go. I have a case of Bicart-Samon, so I'll just go grab that. That's
fantastic. So that can be fantastic. So you put a little bit of that, and then you top up with your pink. So pink goes to pink.
Perfect. Hey, so I thank you. I understand this so much. Let's talk. This is beautiful. Everything I tasted is amazing. I hope everyone else feels the same way, but also feel comfortable finding the ones you like and don't like. There's different styles that you will prefer. Some people will prefer Bianco. Some people will prefer the Rosso. It depends on your palate, right? That's why vermouth is wine. We have all these SKUs. You like some wines more than others. Find the ones you like. But we're going to talk. We're running out of time, but we're going to talk a little bit about cocktails. We want to give you a few cocktails to enjoy these products with, and a way to use them and really find a way to share them with your friends. Even if your bubble's small now, as it grows, we can start to think about entertaining our best friends and sharing new ideas with them. So Jean-Carl is going to run us through a few, maybe I think with time, maybe 3 cocktails, 5 minutes, we can do it, or whatever.
Yeah, so we do.
Perfect.
Get your wine glass, right? So very simple. We start with the Secco. Just pour a very good amount of Secco into the wine glass. It's about go up to even 2 ounces. Yeah, very heavy on that. Look what I do. I always pour the liquid first, especially when you do eyeball or spritzes. Okay, then we add a little bit of our new Rinomato, which is something that.
So you mean you pour the liquid before you add the ice? That's
yeah, add the ice. Actually, ice at the end. When you do highballs or spritz, the correct way is that you pour the liquid, and then you add your sparklings. So in this case, I'm adding soda. So what I've done here, basically, is actually an original spritz, because vermouth has a wine. And then I'm adding liqueur, which is our Rinomato, okay, our Rinomato Bitter Scuro. And then you add the part of soda, just like this, look. And then this is, you don't need to do anything. And then automatically, you just add the ice. There you go, tack. So basically, while adding the ice, everything is mixing. So you don't need to take a bar spoon and mixing. So you don't need to flat out the sodas and everything. This is done already. You don't need to do anything, because while you're pouring and while you're adding the ice, it's automatically been there. So
if we look at a spritz,
dry
is wine, something bitter, and sparkling water, right? Yeah. So what we've done with the Cardinale spritz, the wine is the Secco vermouth with all the flavor. Correct. The bitter is the bitter liqueur, and then the soda is the sparkling water, and then we add beautiful.
That's it. And then a dry orange, and look at this, done.
And we can also we're using less liqueur, so it's much less sugar, right? Because base is the vermouth, we're not using all this liqueur.
That's it. Cheers. Cardinale spritz.
Okay. Where do they serve that? I remember you said there's a bar in Rome they serve that drink.
Yeah, no. Well, the Cardinale cocktail I told you is like the dry Negroni, which is the oldest Negroni. This is the Excelsior in the Veneto in Rome, where the Cardinale has been made.
Still open, right?
Still open. My friend Luca Di Frangio, my friend, is bar manager there. Yeah. Okay.
It's like 150 years later, they're making them. Great.
Right. Look at this. You take a night bowl. Very simple. I will show you something very interesting. That
one thing for everybody, when we say highball, the glass here, people call it Collins sometimes, but it's a highball.
Highball. Actually,
a tall glass.
If some of you are into social medias and everything, we created the Mancino highball hashtag, which you can find out a lot of recipes and everything. Yeah. So again, we take the Rosso, and then again you put a couple of ounces, very heavy on ounces. Yeah. A couple of ounces of Mancino Rosso. And then again, look what I'm doing. This is one of my favorite beer in Spain. I'm here in Spain, so basically it's a beer with an orange flavor, with a Sevilla orange flavor. It's fantastic. Actually, this is, I'm gonna have this drink now. So basically, get any simple lager, and then keep in mind this like soda. Then again, you pour without ice, and then you stop, and then again you adding the ice. Then you finish up again with the beer.
So Rosso Lager.
Rosso Lager, done.
I love it.
Fantastic. All right. So something unusual. And then it goes so well, so well. Actually, you can even leave a little bit twist of lemon on top. That's it. So we can call it beer Americano. Okay. Actually, this is awesome. Okay. Now, Lid, what do you think? Should we do a classic Gibson with maybe with the Sakura, or?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Also, I need to introduce a real life situation with COVID. I'm gonna go grab my daughter, who's 9 months old and is now awake, and I'm gonna bring her over because she woke up during our meeting, and we need to finish with our cocktail. Oh, my wife's got it actually. Never mind. I'll bring her at the end.
So classic.
Hey, this is a new world. Family, business all come together. Giancarlo and I have been in a family business together for a lot of years already, so nothing new, but everything we manage, right?
So classic martini cocktail. Actually, we have something very special, which is in America is not available. But I made because we love Gibson. Me and my wife also. My dog is called Gibson. I created the Gibson onions. Basically, I made my onions under Mancino Vermouth Secco. So basically, we have a very simple way. Here we go. So straight the big onions into the glass. In this particular way, we're gonna use a Sakura, which is we call it Mrs. Gibson. Yeah.
Because of the pink.
The pink that, yes.
Mm.
So we put about ½ ounce. And then we have any London dry gin, about 1 ounce. And then to respect the Gibson, I'm gonna add a little bit more Secco, just a little bit more Secco, like maybe ¼ ounce. So basically, we keep the classic recipe of Gibson, but we're adding a little bit of. Look at that again. I'm steering. My technique is always a little bit giving a lot of importance to a dry liquids before putting the ice. So you're just mixing a little bit because it makes sense, and then you put your ice, and then you give basically a proper martini stirring, right?
And how long do you stir for, Giancarlo, to get the right dilution?
No. For a very good ice, a very good glass for mixing, a good minute is great.
A good minute. And what if you have bad ice and bad mixing glass? Because that's the reality.
Don't make a Gibson.
But if you had to, 20 seconds?
We have to. I really strongly suggest to put vermouth in the freezer, a gin in the freezer.
Ah, okay. So then we can just
correct. And then you
add a little bit of water or what?
Very quick, no, very quickly. That's it. Or if you want a pre-batch, can be fantastic. You empty bottle of Mancino, like this, look like this. Like this is already great. And then you top up with the gin, you shake it a bit, and you keep it in the freezer. Fantastic. And then you pour.
Do you add any water to that?
No, you put direct. Like we call it martini diretto. Direct
Perfect.
martini.
Okay, great.
So basically, when you have a mixing glass, you start to see the condensation, and that's done. That's it done. So basically, you don't need to mixing glass. You don't need anything. So just pour over the glass in this way.
That's a beautiful scallop shell on the bottom of your.
This is my new bar spoon lid.
Is that? It looks like a scallop shell.
Yeah, correct. This is the new bar spoon silver. Here we go. And then we have a scallop cocktail sticks as well.
Beautiful.
Salute. Cheers.
Salute. Thank you so much.
Good luck for everybody with this terrible here. And keep drinking Mancino. That will keep you all the botanicals safe out.
Yeah. And if you want 2 things to look at, MancinoVermouth.com, all the information you need on these SKUs as well as recipes. our company's faselschenstone.com, FASELSHENSTONE.com. We also have lots of materials about cocktails with Mancino. This is basically, these two resources can take you through your life of entertaining and making drinks. And obviously, big thanks to Beth and Bayleaf for organizing this, sharing this with everybody. And please send any questions to Beth or me. You can reach me at Leith, Leith at faselschenstone.com. This will all be in your gift pack that you get with a few extra surprises we're sharing from some other projects we do. So thank you, Giancarlo.
Thank you very much.
And thanks everyone who joined and participated. And thank you, Beth from Bayleaf.
Fantastic. Ciao.
Ciao.
Via, via, vieni via di qui. Niente più ti lega a questi luoghi, neanche questi fiori azzurri. Via, via, neanche questo tempo grigio, pieno di musica e di uomini che ti son piaciuti. It's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. Good luck, my baby, it's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. I'd remove you, chips, chips. Da-ti-do-di-do, chi-boom, chi-boom-boom. Da-ti-do-di-do, chi-boom, chi-boom-boom. Da-ti-do-di-do.